Hey guys, it's me again. Just wanted to update you on a couple of things that I did. One of the videos I showed you the auxiliary switches and how I did that. Anyway, I hope you benefited from that. I know it took me a while to kind of figure things out there, but I think you'll like the way I did that. Right now, what I wanted to share with you is one of the things that I'm doing currently, and I'll show you. I took this panel. This is panels out of a, by the way, this whole dash assembly is out of a 2009, and I'm putting it in a 2001 Ford F350. My 2001 does not have the pedal adjust, nor do I care to have it. It does. I just don't want it, don't need it, don't care about it. I know some people do, maybe shorter legs, things like that, and that's fine. But anyway, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this switch out, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a switch in here for my heated mirrors. It is one of those switches you can get on Amazon. Forgive me, I don't remember the name, but when you hit the switch, the power heated mirrors will stay on for 10 minutes and then shut off. That is an awesome feature, because a lot of these mirrors on these Fords, not all of them, but most of them will stay on, and that's it. And that's why you see these mirrors just destroyed, because the heat strips stay on all the time. So it's gonna be an awesome feature. And I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna wire the switch. Even though I don't have it yet, it's super simple to wire it. So what I did is I made a pigtail for it, okay? And I made them super long. I don't know why I made them that long, because it's a waste. But anyway, what it's gonna do is it's gonna run up there where the switch is gonna be, which is right there, okay? And so what you have here, and by the way, just a side note, just see this green and yellow wire? The tag ripped off of it. There it is. Glove box light. If you guys are considering doing this job, one of the things that I'm so glad that I took the time to do is to label everything. Because if you think you're gonna remember where everything is at, you're wrong. Label everything, okay? So that's what I did, is normally that harness would come out here. There is no glove box light in a 2009 Super Duty. So what I did, instead of wasting the wire, I snipped it at the connector, I pulled it back, and I ran it down here. And you probably wonder why I have it in this harness. All I'm doing is running it down to the bottom of the dash so I can have an extra power for later on if I ever need it. Just have it there. I'll put a piece of tape around it to protect it. But it is nice to have a fused ignition on wire for something else that you may want to add on later. This is kind of stuff, if you think it out, you can do. All right, so forget that wire now. Here's for the heated switch. You just have a power and a ground, which when I run it up through here, I put the ground up in right there, and the power. What I did, pretty cool, I found my 2001 had fog lamps, and here's the box, okay? But there's also other wires going up here that weren't being used. And I got to looking, and forgive me, I don't remember what it was for, but I robbed the power off one of the relays that's not even in the box, and I ran it over there for my heated mirrors. So it's real easy to do. You don't have to pull the wire out or anything. You just find it in the harness, use your own meter, find it in the harness and tie into it. Solder it, make sure you solder everything, okay? Another cool deal is, see that bracket right here? This is the 09 bracket, and look at this 01 relay box just slipped right over the top. Isn't that cool? So if you ever pull this panel off, boom, I can access my relay. So it looks factory. Something else I did, once again, a side note, I don't know if you guys can see that, but I took this relay box, okay? And what I did is, I don't know if you can see this, but this bracket here, okay, it's spot welded on the other dash assembly, the 2001. So I drilled out the spot welds and I put it onto this dash assembly, okay? Screwed it in, and that way I had a place for these relays here, okay? And it fits beautifully, as you can see. The harness comes right down and fits beautifully in that spot. Of course, that's for my brake controller, so I'm just gonna leave it here. Maybe put it up over top, something like that. But see, once again, I labeled it. Would you know what that was? Maybe, maybe not, but I guess if you did this enough all the time, you'd probably know where everything was. But for me, I'm glad I labeled things. So anyway, so there's your power and ground, and then your purple wire is coming out of the switch. It's going to send the signal from the switch. Remember, it's 10 minutes. It's going to come out here. I got it wired up through here. It's coming out right here, and boom. Stole this idea from Zach. Zach, you're awesome, man. I thought this was a great idea. Put a connector right there, and then in the side of the truck, you're going to run the opposite connector, and you're going to run it down both sides of the truck into the doors. Pretty simple process, really. But anyway, I'll show you real quick. Come out here in the dark. Show you how I did it. See right there? There's the harness right there. My light. Whoa. Okay. And I just attach it. One goes that way, the other one goes that way. And bring it down here. Boom. And that's what I'm doing right now. I'm in the process of wiring it up into my door. I'm using a factory harness in the door, so that way it's going to all look like a 2009 when you open it up. And I'm going to do all the connectors right here behind the speaker. So anyway, that's the benefit of having a donor truck versus just buying an interior, and then, you know, not having all the stuff you need. So anyway, so that's what I did there, as far as that goes. And you'll notice here, you got the 10-minute delayed. I ran a ground. By the way, don't waste your wire. I ran a ground. I did need to. There's already going to be a ground in your truck. So don't run the black. Just run your 10-minute hot, okay? And then the other thing is you got turn signals and lights. So you got the brown wire, which is your headlights, and then you got a left and right turn signal, or right and left, I can't remember, but without the harness or the wiring diagram. So that, I ran it over up through here, boom, 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 go in the swap helper, and you'll notice I have three. One goes to the connector, and then that one, the three here, and boom, boom, and now I'll have my signal for my mirrors. And then of course around the brown wire, which is my lights, up to the switch, which will be connected in here. So anyway, that's how I did it. All I can do is tell you, I stress, just like Zach does, make connectors. Make all the connectors you possibly can, because if you ever have to pull this dash back out to put a heater core in or something like that, the last thing you want to do is be disconnecting a bunch of, or cutting wires, putting wires back together. Why not just make it simple? Click, 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 boom. Here's the wires from the instrument cluster, the 8 wires. Boom, just boom, put it in there. This in a other video I made, the 4 wires come from the auxiliary switch. Boom. That way you can have relays outside underneath the hood. Anyway, I think the hardest part is going to be if anybody had to access this dash and pull it out, which how often do you pull dash out? It's pretty rare. Put a heater core in the thing before you put the dash back in, so you don't have to do that. I know I did, and I ordered a Ford factory heater core. Don't order some cheap aftermarket and have to do it 2 years later. Get a Ford factory heater core. I think this would be the hardest part, because this thing is not easy to get to once you put the dash in. That's going to be the biggest issue. I wish there was an easier way of doing this, a quick connect. Maybe one day that'll happen. But other than that, swaphelper.com has the best stuff out there to make this conversion where it's understandable, easy to do. Anyway, I can't thank Fix It Nick enough, Zachary, for just giving me the courage to do this job I'm on. I'm a mechanic by trade, and I just know that even this, for the most skilled mechanics, can be somewhat daunting, but it can be done, especially with their help. So I hope this little tidbits helped you. These are just the things that I did, and some of the knickknacks that I wanted to have in my truck. So, and I'm sure perhaps you will too. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you like it, just let me know. Take care. Bye-bye.